Welcome to the G4S Assessment Services tutorial for the online tool. The online tool is where you will complete and submit your application ready for assessment against the information standard. Before you start using the online tool for the first time, it would be advisable for you to check with your IT department that there are no restrictions with your internet access. For example, timeout on accessing the internet. As with all internet sites, there is a restriction set for the length of time a page can remain open without being refreshed, and if this happens, your work will not be saved. It is strongly recommended that you use Microsoft Internet Explorer 6 or above, or its equivalent. To begin, please open your browser and type in www.g4s-assessment.co.uk. This should then load the login page. It would be ideal if you could save this address as a favourite for easy access in the future. To enter the online tool, insert your username and password and ensure that you log in to the Morphus database. Please note you will need to type in these details and not cut and paste. Your login details have been previously provided for you. If you do not have access to these details, please contact our admin team on 0844 891 0002. If you have forgotten your password, you can click on the Password Reminder button. This will then generate an email to you. When logging in for the first time, you may wish to change your password. To do this, click on the Personal Details tab at the top of the page, and then enter a new password in the Enter New Password box and click on the green tick to confirm. To go back to the home page, click on the Home tab at the top of the page. You will now see the active answer sets on the home page. An answer set is issued for each activity carried out. There will be different program types that you will come across throughout your journey. The program type will be specified on the fifth column on the active answer set page. The different program types that you will see are the demonstration answer set, the pre-assessment answer set, the standard answer set, and the surveillance answer set. The answer set status located next to the program type defines the current status of that answer set. The statuses that you will see are registered, engaged, applying, and remedial. When you see these statuses, that means that you are able to use the online tool to edit. The other statuses are assessing, post-visit, reassessing, and certifying. When you see these statuses, that means the answer set is locked for editing. In this demonstration, you will see that the program type is set for pre-assessment. To enter the answer set, click on the Navigate to Answer Set button. Each answer set breaks down the core components of the standard and requires you to input information that demonstrates that you meet the requirements of the standard. The standard is broken down in clauses A to E. There are several ways in which you can navigate around the system. The first is by using the navigator down the left-hand side of the screen. You can expand each clause if you choose to do so, for easy navigation. To move on to another clause, click on the relevant clause number. Alternatively, if you decide to work in chronological order, you can click on the next or previous buttons located at the top and bottom of the page in the relevant section, like so. To make a start, you will need to click into the Client Submission box and start writing your submission. You will see the blue cursor moving across the screen. When it reaches its maximum word capacity, it will turn red and you will be unable to type any more information into the box. The word count has been limited. A good provider will be succinct in their answer. The assessment will focus on the evidence that you have, and so you don't need to describe the evidence in great detail, but explain what evidence you have that meets the requirements of the standard. In order to save your work, click anywhere on the screen out of the box, and an icon saying Saved will appear on the top left-hand side of the page. Make sure that you look out for the Saved icon to ensure that you have saved your work, or you will lose any unsaved work. Always click out of the box before navigating to a different page. When working through each page, you can click on Spell Checker to check your spelling. This just works like it would do in word processing packages such as Microsoft Word. It will only check the spelling for that page. You will need to complete this section for each page that you work on. Please note that the online tool only checks spelling and not grammar. Once you have completed the client submission, you should then attach the evidence. To attach evidence, click on the Evidence Editor button, which is located on the right-hand side of each page. The Evidence Editor will then appear on the left-hand side of the page. Here you can attach as much evidence as you wish. Evidence can consist of any format. For example, it could be a web page, Word document, Excel spreadsheet, PowerPoint presentation. Please note the maximum document size for the upload is 4 megabits. If you attempt to upload a larger file, you will get an error script and you will need to click on Back. You will always have to give the document a title and reference number. Ideally, here you would reference it by the clause number so that the evaluator knows which information goes with which clause. If you want to upload a web page, then insert the number of your hyperlink. If you want to attach a document, click on the Browse button and search for the document that you want to attach. Once you have done this, then click on the Save button. Your evidence will then appear in the list below. In order for the evaluator to see the evidence, you will then need to upload the evidence, and this needs to be completed on each page that you want to attach evidence. To do this, click on the Select Evidence for the evidence that you want to upload. This will then turn green. You will then need to click on Insert. You will now notice that the evidence appears under the Evidence Edit button on the right-hand side of the page. This evidence is now readable to the evaluator. To look at this document, click on the paperclip and it will open in a separate page. If at any time you want to amend your document, you will first need to delete this from the right-hand side of the page. To do this, click on the dustbin symbol. A message will appear to ask that you are sure that you want to delete this piece of evidence. Click Yes to confirm or click No to cancel. To amend this document, you will need to select using the left-hand side of the page and the details will appear above. To insert an amended document, you will need to click on the dustbin and then click on the Browse button to get the updated copy of the document. You will then need to upload this to the right-hand side by following the steps just described. To delete the evidence from the right as described and then select the document on the left and delete and click on Delete. Please note you will be unable to delete if it still appears on the right-hand side of the page. To insert new evidence into the list, click on the New button. At any point when you are not attaching or uploading evidence, click on the Close Editor button. At any point you are able to view or report that shows you what you have done so far. To view this, click on the Report button at the top of the page. To view the submission, click on the Create Status button for the application submission. You will then be asked if you want to open or save. To read the document, click on Open and it will then open as a separate PDF file. This document shows the requirements of the standard and your submission under each sub-clause. To amend this document at a later date, click on the Refresh button and open the PDF. You are able to save this document to your drive, should you choose to do so. To go back to the main page, click on the answer set. The online tool has a facility to complete a self-assessment. To do this, you will see the self-assessment drop-down box under each sub-clause of the standard. Select an option from the drop-down list. To create your self-assessment report, click on the Report button at the top of the page and create the PDF for self-assessment. Here you can open or save the PDF. At any time, you are able to select the Help function. This will give you detailed information on how to use the online tool and details the information that is given to you via this tutorial. To use the Help file, click on the book and then click on the topic of your choice. You can also search for a topic. To do this, click on Search and type in what you are searching for and click on the Submit form. You will then need to click on the topic. The online tool also has the guidance notes for the standard stored. To look at this, click on the question mark and this will bring up the relevant clause that you are currently working on. You can scroll through this by clicking on the Next and Previous button at the top of the Help page. Once you are ready to submit, click on the Complete button, which is located on the top right hand of the page. This will then lock the online tool for use and give access to the evaluator to complete the report after the visits. You have now come to the end of the tutorial and hope that this has given you a brief overview of the G4S online tool. If you require any further assistance, please contact our admin team on 0844 891 0002. Thank you very much for viewing.